Good afternoon. Good afternoon, and welcome on into the afternoon edition of From Day One. The courts are all ready. We go to Judge Simpson's court today, where if you are going to go ahead and try to do something, make sure you don't blow smoke up the court's ass, especially Judge Simpson's. As we rock through Dominion on this Sunday.
Court does recall the case People versus Kresnick.
On behalf of the people.
James Gallagher, Assistant Law Defender on behalf of Michelle Kresnick. Ms. Kresnick, if you could please state your name again for the court.
Michelle Kresnick.
And, Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity to meet with Ms. Kresnick. We could address the bond violation first, if that's okay with the court?
Yes.
Yes. Your Honor, I did go over that with Ms. Kresnick, and she was aware of it, Your Honor. She had already been in communication with Community Corrections. She's taking it extremely seriously, Judge. I explained her options, and she wishes to admit to the violations, and then I could say some words on her behalf in regards to what the court may do.
All right. She admits to the violations. Go ahead. What do you want to say about this? Because that's a rather high level.
It is, Judge. Fully recognize that, and as you can tell, Ms. Kresnick's taking this extremely seriously. She understands the court's concern here and the serious nature of it. What I was suggesting for the court to consider, as noted in the bond violation report, she's on a sober link. I'm asking the court to consider having her fitted with a scram tether.
I want to know what happened. She admits to the violation. I want to know why this happened.
Sure. Ms. Kresnick, you want to go ahead and address that with the judge?
Which portion?
All of it.
I want to know what happened. Why did I have a positive test?
It really sounds really stupid. I was at a barbecue and my son gave me a slush and I didn't know that there was anything in it. I know now, and I couldn't tell, probably because I've been so used to just drinking things. I don't have a good excuse, Your Honor. I don't have a good one. It's a poor one, and I told Miss Wild, and I didn't. I don't have an excuse. I just don't have one. I don't have an excuse. It's completely my fault and my responsibility.
Oh, it certainly is. But I'm having a hard time believing that it was just one drink. One drink?
No, he gave me 2 slushes.
And you couldn't tell after the first one?
Sir, it's embarrassing to say that maybe I just don't even recognize. I'm sorry, sir. Pardon me?
You got to a .08.
I understand. And I think that it's just because at this point, after so many years of just not even tasting it anymore.
Your Honor,
you know what? She's going to have to give me something better than that. Because I'm going to tell you what, Mr. Gallagher. The problem I'm having is, presumably, since at least the time that she's been arraigned, since the beginning of this month, she hasn't had anything to drink. But the reality is, I arraigned her on April 6th. She didn't make it 10 days.
Understood.
Or we detect alcohol. And, by the way, it's not like I have an 03 where somebody may have taken one drink. She's had an 08 effective.
Fully understand that, Judge. What I was going to suggest is if the court could order that she get involved with treatment, because I've been in communication with Ms. Kirby in regards to this, that may be advantageous to her in terms of possible resolution. No promises, of course, from the prosecutor, but...
Before I'm going to order anything other than jail, she's got to tell me the truth about what was going on and what she was thinking, because I don't believe what she's telling me. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to pass it and give her an opportunity. I've been doing this for a little bit.
I understand.
And what she's telling me, that doesn't make any sense. pass the matter. We'll call it up at the beginning of our what's that, 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock?
2 o'clock block, so she can think about what she wants to tell me. Because what she wants to tell me, or what she tells me, is really going to sort of beat out what I'm going to do. Thank you. I'll pass.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Finally. Okay, the court does call the case. The people versus recall. Krasnick.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
James Gallagher, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Ms. Kresnick. And Ms. Kresnick, if you could please state your name for the judge.
Sure, Michelle Kresnick. I'm having a hard time hearing. My volume's all the way up, so I keep putting the phone to my ear.
Okay.
And Judge, I did have some further discussion with her. I think she does have some additional information for the court.
Probably thought so. Ma'am, what do you want to tell me?
I did suspect there was something in there.
And you kept drinking?
Also, I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I also wanted to tell you that after this happened back in October, November, I did go to my doctor and I asked for something to help be better. Obviously, I know that there's consequences to what I did, but I want to be better, not only just to not be in trouble, but I wanted to be better for myself and for my kids. So I did get a prescription for naltrexone to curb any cravings or anything like that. So I have been taking that since November, and I have been attending AA meetings with my girlfriend down the street. So I have been proactively trying to be better with all of those things. I have started a new job just recently. And I've never done anything like this before. And I'm really sorry.
Krasnick? Tell me why I shouldn't send you to jail.
Because I am so very sorry, and I don't want to have anything to drink. I don't want to have anything. And I'm very committed to this sobriety and to being a better person, not, like I said, not just because I'm afraid of getting in trouble, even though I am, but I proactively want to be better for myself. And it really is something that I am taking very seriously.
So,
I have 2 kids that I take care of.
if that's true, why did the 16th even happen?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
If it's true you're taking all of this seriously, why on the 16th did this incident happen?
I wish I had a good excuse for it. I just don't. I don't want to excuse any of that behavior. I don't want to make any excuses for it. Just that it is not going to happen again. I can't make any sort of excuse. I can only just beg for some mercy.
Krasnick? You know, the problem is, you had a chance the 16th, into the evening, you blow a .08. You're then supposed to retest every 15 minutes, and you didn't retest. Then even after that, I mean, at that point, quite frankly, Ms. Kresnick, this is the part that bothers me. You know you're caught. And then they ask you to come in for an ETG, and you don't show up. So I'm having a tough time believing that you're committed to anything.
I understand that. I understand how the optics look on it. I really do. I really do. I really do. I have never been in trouble before. I don't do these. I can't see anybody.
What do you mean you can't see anybody?
Oh, now I can see you. Now I can see you. The screen went black.
Tell you something, ma'am. I'm just going to try to make this as clear as I can. Even in everything you're saying, you are minimizing your behavior. You are not accepting any of this stuff that you've done on this. You had numerous opportunities, even before this gets to me, to kind of come clean, kind of deal with it, take the test, just accept it. When I first asked you the question about you knowing, I mean, and you went in with your attorney, presumably when you came out, you really kind of lied to me then that, yeah, okay, I drank this, but I didn't know. And so every chance you get, you just either minimize your behavior or you just say, well, I didn't do this. Now, here's the thing that I also know. You're also telling me, well, I don't do this, I don't get in trouble, this is my... The cold-hearted reality is, this is just the first time you've been caught. You didn't just all of a sudden do something wrong and then this just happened. And so ultimately, you got to take all this seriously or not. I mean, you got your choice of what to do.
I understand.
But you also can't minimize them. You can't just say, I'm not going to do this. You didn't, think about this for a moment. You tested pot, you drank when you weren't supposed to drink. You didn't make it 10 days from the time of the arraignment, and I put you on that test. You didn't make it 10 days. So don't talk to me about any type of medication that you got back in November, because obviously you're not using it properly because you didn't make it 10 days. Then at the 10th day, when you blow, you then decide, well, I'm still going to try to cover up because I won't then follow the instructions that they gave me that I have to retest a positive blow. And so you didn't do that. So then we also then give you the opportunity, God bless the people at Community Corrections, to then try to even deal with that, so you need to come in for an ETG. And guess what you do? This person that wants to deal with this, you don't show. So this is just a series of mistakes.
It is. It absolutely is, and I don't want to minimize any of it, and that's why I don't want to give any excuses. I don't want to minimize it. It is super.
You started with excuses. You started with excuses. I listened very closely to what your counsel said and what you said. Oh, my kid gave me the drink. Okay, they went there and got you the drink. And if you're going to tell me he didn't know what you were drinking, I don't believe it. You started the whole scenario that way. Problem is, your case is such that, at least it's alleged, that you were almost a .20. You had an accident. And so if I just accept what you're saying, that at some point, what's going to happen is, you know what, you're going to feel that it's okay just to get into a vehicle, and at some point you're going to take somebody out. Not happening on my watch. Yes, you are. That's what happens.
No, I understand. I understand that that's what happens.
And then what would happen is that you give some excuse.
Oh. No.
Just like today. Yes.
It's my fault.
Yes.
100%
just
my
like
fault.
today.
Pardon me?
Just like today, you would be giving some excuse.
I don't have any excuses.
So on the violation, you're right, you don't.
And Judge, I would just...
I've shot them all down. Go ahead, Mr. Gallagher. What do you want to tell me?
Well, I was just going to say, Judge, and I've been practicing for a while, and this court's been on the bench for a very long time. But I think that this is someone who's obviously struggling, and one of those first steps is acknowledging that they do have an alcohol addiction issue. And I think some of the reactions that we saw from Ms. Kresnick are very common of someone in those beginning stages that kind of denying or playing off that they don't have a problem, when in actuality they do. And I think she's coming to that realization just in my conversations with her, and in hearing her in court here today. I would just ask the court to take that into consideration.
Well, I'm taking it into consideration.
Okay, Judge.
I mean, she's done better maybe than some.
Right. Right.
What I'm going to do, ma'am, is I'm going to order this. It's now 2:30. I'm going to order that you report to the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. today. You will serve, instead of the 5 days, I will give you some benefit, and you are to serve 3 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. Upon your release from the Washtenaw County Jail, you will then be reported over to Community Corrections. Your sober link will be switched out, and you will be placed on the Scram tether. We will be monitoring you 24/7.
Understand? Sir, I started
to give you
job on Monday.
I'm sorry?
I just started a job on Monday. I lose my job.
6 p.m. today.
Understood, Judge.
This matter will adjourn over.
Please, I don't have anyone to take care of my kids. Please, Josh, please. Please.
So, who would have been taking care of your kids had you killed yourself in the accident?
Oh, God.
Very good question.
So it turns out to 5/18/2022, 9 a.m., 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Where's
This is when
Deer?
they went in.
Let's dear, shut up tonight. Alright, well, we have a few more minutes. We have some interesting conspiracy theories in court.
Please, in court, may I address that issue?
Which issue?
I'd like to bring at least a quick question to the court. I have sent a letter to the medical team here in Washington County Jail. I brought to them attention that I have the belief for when I had an MRI done on my person that there is a foreign device on me that invades my privacy of mind. I believe they call it the law enforcement computer control. And I wanted to bring that to the attention as I did my doctor. And when I brought that to my doctor on October the 11th, they was going to remove this illegal device off my person. Then on October the 12th, I was kidnapped. So I would ask, and I asked.
You were arrested.
I beg your pardon?
You were arrested, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's well.
Just so that we're clear.
I thought it was a kidnap because the individual, he did not have a uniform, did not present a badge, did not even present a warrant, and nothing that showed that he was even a member of the law.
Mr. Williams, I have a question.
You were arrested.
Your Honor,
what are you asking me, Mr. Williams?
Can I get this illegal device taken off my person before I start trial? Is that that withdrawn?
Okay. I don't know that it's there.
Well,
So
and the doctor assured me that there was something foreign in my body. I did an examination even in the county jail, and
who told you that?
The doctor, when they did an MRI. This is the doctor in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, so here's what you do, Mr. Williams. If you get a letter from the doctor in Illinois telling the court that there is a LEC, which I'm calling it, which is law enforcement computer control device, that's in your system. If you get that letter to the court, then I will take appropriate action.
I would take a definite pursuit that, Your Honor. But I need the court's assistance to keep my property. At this time, I do not have my property that was taken from me with all my money. I do not have even funds. I can't even find
then you are just like everybody else that is in the county jail. So, now, Mr. Williams, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn your PCC to June 23rd. It was already set, so for the competency, we've taken care of the competency. I'm now going to set your PCC for that day. And then you can try to get all of these issues that you want to raise to the court and get them to everybody in the proper fashion. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to be done for the day.
I thank you, Your Honor, for your patience and your consideration.
Probable cause. June 23rd, 2022. Cold. 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
On will continue as denied. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, John. Have a good day, Mr. Brown.
You too. Thank you. Judge, we sure we don't want to revisit that competency on this.
What? Revisit what?
The competency.
I can't just do that on my own. All right.
You want an independent Mr. Brown? You know how to ask that, Mr. Brown. I'll leave that to you. That to you guys.
I know, right? I've heard of those leg devices. All right. Take care, folks.
Have a good one, everybody. Thank you.
Morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Are you Kevin Carl Wilson?
Yes, sir.
Let me get your case up here. Once upon a time, I used to see everyone, just like you, right there at that table, usually at that table. And then COVID hit, and we went Zoom, and some things are live and some things are not. But I don't mind seeing people face to face.
Well, I appreciate that, sir. Thank you.
Let's see what you got here. This is a misdemeanor charge of malicious destruction of property. They allege at the time of this, which is a year ago, May of 21, it's not as bad as the last guy, 2 years ago, you damaged or injured a Kia Optima that belonged to Cole Klowinski, the amount of which was more than 200 but less than 1,000. They allege that this happened in the village of Burr Oak in May of 21. And that's about the sum total of what I know about it.
Yes, sir.
Like the last guy, I simply recommended that he get an attorney. Let me tell you what the charge carries as a punishment. It's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000 and restitution. The affidavit is that there was some damage that he claims it was worth $2,000 to $3,000. I'm not sure. But at this point, my recommendation would probably be the same as the last guy, that you plead not guilty and then get an attorney to help you with this. You can plead guilty to the charge if you wish to, but I think the safer bet is to get some help from a lawyer. What's your thought here?
Sir, the story is complete and total fabrication.
Okay, well, the problem is, I don't mind hearing it,
Sure.
but I don't want you to tell me anything about it without
no,
having
sir.
somebody to represent you. So you're obviously, your plea is not guilty.
Yes, sir.
You say it's a false charge.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That has a lot more to do with cannabis and some different things going on in Sturgis and in Burr Oak and to do with the board in Burr Oak and a forensic audit that's underway than what it's got to do with the situation that they fabricated.
So there's a lot more to the
Yes, sir. Several police officers are involved. They actually are the ones who continually for months attempted to get this girl to touch me. Well, I want to put a couple things on record this morning, Your Honor. I've been threatened by Cameron Brown. I've been threatened by Officer Hernandez. I've been threatened by the mayor of Burr Oak. I've been threatened by several of the board of commissioners, seat holders. And I've had some problems in business lately.
This or
well, no, sir, about cannabis, about my involvement in
this is, I don't know about that.
Well, it's all very intertwined, sir. And the reason I'm sitting here right now today is because of some moves that I've made for some people who are in competition with the people who I just named. So it's all very interesting.
Opening a cannabis in Burr Oak or something?
Well, no, sir. There are people in Burr Oak who've done a little inside trading with the board who own some green property that they've tripled in price. And I've made certain law enforcement personnel aware of that. And there's a forensic audit underway as we speak.
Okay.
I'm opening a Sturgis dispensary. And that has a lot to do with what it is that I'm doing sitting here right now today.
All right.
My partners will be involved in the future. Right now, I'm here alone.
All right. So you plead not guilty. I'll set an attorney-free trial for June 10th, just like the last guy. Now, you can come in live if you want to, like this, or you can come in via Zoom.
I would prefer to be here live, sir.
Now, I show a Delta address. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's my home address. You can reach me there by mail.
All right.
I'm in Lansing mostly at the
There's a lot of cannabis.
11, sir, for opening in Sturgis. So there's a little bit of.
There's about 9 and it works one way or another in Sturgis. I think they're
Soon
going
to be 11. We're opening Puff on Wade Street the next few weeks. I operate with a law firm out of Lansing. Who operate in 6 different cities in the state. People are a little irritated at our presence, to say the least.
All right, well, I'll find out more about this when
Yes,
it's
sir.
appropriate.
Yes, sir.
I feel better if you had an attorney here, because you might say things that could actually implicate yourself. But
No,
if you're saying it never happened, that's certainly a valid defense. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to the bailiff take you out, get you a court-appointed attorney, and I'll see you either live here on June 10th or by Zoom.
appreciate you, sir.
All right, good luck, sir. I don't think we've met before, so.
We met. You brought my case up to Mr. Stutzman. She took care of me last time I was down here.
Well, I didn't see you very long.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You know what? I'll tell you, if you ever look into that, one of the best things that ever happened to me. Boot camp to Chelsea. Good place to be.
Oh, you did boot camp?
Yes, sir.
Good for you.
See you later.
Okay.
Alrighty, there was two interesting little conspiracy theories. One over in Judge Simpson's and one over in District 2B. Unfortunately, of course, Deborah Davis wasn't there. Or that could have been really, really interesting. Alright, one last thing we'll do, just because I do like Judge Simpson enough to give him some time. He wants to give a heartfelt thanks to somebody from the court. We'll do that as we finish this last fight, and then we'll bring Part A today to a close. Judge Simpson, you have the floor.
Well, I apologize, Judge. I was using the bathroom when I was the case was called. Thank you very much for today. I tell you what, one thing I'm going to do before everybody leaves, I just want to take a moment of personal privilege. I have somebody here with me today who is actually substituting in for us as a reporter. She is Terry Geisler, who's with Judge Freshour. And she has come over, and ever since the pandemic, and ever since her joining the court, she has come over to help us out when we're in a pinch and otherwise. And we kind of trained together through the first part of the pandemic. And she will be leaving the court and retiring, I believe, May 20th, so in a few days. And I wanted to just take this opportunity publicly to Terry say thank you very much for everything that you've done, not only for this court, but I mean this sincerely from the bottom of my heart, everything that you've done for this judge. You filled in, you don't miss a beat, you make sure that things go along, always very respectful, and just a great asset. And so while you go off to your retirement and do all the wonderful things that you talked about, the court will be certainly poorer, I guess, by not having your presence here. So, on behalf of this very grateful judge, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will have Ms. Tang, if you are still president, if we could make sure that Ms. Wiegland, that she gets a copy of that. I'd like a copy of the court's remarks, prepared in a transcript form, and presented to Ms. Geisler for her to take into her retirement in case she may miss us at some point. All right, folks, thank you very much for everything you guys have done today. Do appreciate it.
Hey, Judge, can I retire, Judge?
Pardon?
Can I retire?
Can you retire? No.
Yes.
No. Unlike Terry, you haven't earned a darn thing. All right. Your wife doesn't want you at home.
There's no doubt about that one.
No, that's right. That's right. Where are you going to be? You'll just be out in the street, just hanging around. All right. 14A1. Standard.
Thank you, Judge Simpson, and we definitely do wish her the best in her retirement. Alrighty, with that, I didn't know we were going to have one extra fight, but we do, so we will finish that off. And then we'll bring Part A to a close. So while that fight plays, of course, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Help us get to that goal of 50,000 views, 1,000 subscribers. So Boxy over next, there's that nice blue-haired lady with the blue doggy. Will send us those nice red boxes that we can send to you guys as gifts. And of course, Google puts us on the algorithms. Coinbase, Ibotta, Gain.gg, you know the drill on those. The first two, you get your $10 free when you sign up. Third one, you get your first 100 credits free. And of course, with Gain.gg, you get credits for either filling out surveys, playing apps on your mobile device, whether it be an Android or iOS phone, or watching videos, whatever you like to do. And until next time, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Be kind to one another. Release the Krakens. As we march along this afternoon and every afternoon here from day one. Until then, of course, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. We'll have our auditors, frauditors, substance, Karens, and yes, even the occasional moron known as a flat earther in the evening time. And of course, I've got a very special treat for you tonight when it comes to Art Spell. You'll just have to be there for that. Alrighty, so let's just finish up this last fight. See if we may finally break through the end of chapter 14 here. And then we'll bring it to a close. Since it's only going to be about a few seconds, I'm not going to worry about bringing the music on. However, I will go ahead and reveal that a lot of people have been asking, and we are definitely looking at the ways to be able to video record a mobile version of the From Day One experience. And I'm actually quite interested. I made sure to stay away from the mobile Hero Wars game just because I don't want to have any expectations up front. When I bring up the mobile game for the first time and we do a From Day One mobile edition, I want to have the very raw first feelings of what that is compared to the web/Facebook version that we've been doing here since December. So I did not want to play it ahead of time so I could go, oh, okay, I know this, I know that. I really wanted basically to have the raw experience. But we're right now trying to figure ways to record mobile screens, whether we have to emulate it, what would necessarily need to be done so that we can do a good video version of the online game experience. Nice bunch of prizes, including Astrid Luca, another history fragment. Let's see what story piece we get. You made it. The reactor is cooling down. Yeah, it cooled down. Ooh, it's blue now. It doesn't pose a threat anymore. Now we can proceed and help Ragni. Ooh, hold on. I guess a manual have to advance type situation. Chapter 15. Abode of the Monsters. And that, down there in the corner, is where we will pick it up tomorrow. Again, like, share, and subscribe, be kind to one another, and release the Krakens as we march along this afternoon and every afternoon here from Day One. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you tonight, and come back tomorrow to see the continuation, the beginning of Chapter 15.